You're scared. You're scared that people will be like, oh, what a cringe. Look at him. Look at him trying. He's not even getting any views. He's barely making anything. Look at him. Bruh. Who cares, man? You gotta realize that once people find out what you're doing and they see that you're trying something, they might not be too happy about it. They'll be wondering why you're doing it. They'll be kind of talking with their friends that what you're doing is kind of cringe, that you're not gonna go anywhere. That's what they're gonna hope for. I mean, if they're not really close to you, then you can't expect them to be like, hey, like I really support you. Like I'm rooting for you. I hope you do great. Not everyone's gonna be like that. And you can't satisfy everyone. That's out of your control. Well, let me get this thing out. So stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about the thing that you can't control. People will hate no matter what, you know? I mean, not everyone's like that, but you have to realize that not everyone's gonna like the things that you do and cheer for you. So don't scare to be cringe. Like when you're trying something new, it's inevitable. Like sometimes you'll get this moment that this thing is not even working out. Why am I even trying? But that's why you do it. That's why you try. That's why you kind of film yourself, do the things that you haven't done before. You get embarrassed at times, but who cares? No one's gonna remember that. People are gonna look at you and at the moment they can be like, bro, like this guy's doing too much. He's not gonna go anywhere and he's trying so hard and that's so cringe. I'm gonna unfollow him. Let him unfollow you. People who think like that are not good for you in any way. Just do your thing. Don't be scared to get out of your comfort zone and think that you're going to be cringe. Be more cringe. So being cringe, it involves stepping outside of the norm of what feels comfortable and socially acceptable. And it kind of helps you build self-awareness. Like it's a way of testing your own boundaries and figuring out what works for you. And it's so natural to make mistakes. You have to make mistakes because without it, how are you going to perfect everything that you do? You're not going to be great in everything that you do. Right, back here. So just go for it. You're not going to have regret for trying the things that you've always wanted to try. And what do you get afterward? Experience? Like I say all these and then when you actually meet me in person, I'll be very shy about it. I'll be like, yeah, it's the thing that I do, but you know, it's not the greatest, but you know, I'm trying. I try to remain humble because it never hurts to be humble. But at the same time, it's important setting your boundary and also kind of being proud of doing the things that you do. Standing up for the things that you're trying. And that really makes the difference. People will feel the energy from you that you really love what you're doing. That fact itself is going to justify your actions. I'm making scrambled eggs right now. And I feel like staying in your comfort zone kind of limits your exposure to new experiences and challenges, right? So it's almost like you have to step out of it and it kind of forces you to adapt and learn new skills, which ultimately leads to self-improvement. If you ever wanted to film contents and wanted to see if this thing actually works out for you, you're never gonna find out if you don't post anything. You're always going to be stuck in that same place or just kind of, you know, do something else, but you'll never find out that people actually want to watch you. And there are some people that root for you, that support you on the way. You're kind of talking to them. Just imagine that you're talking to your friends, just having a FaceTime with them. You're updating them about the stuff that you think about. You talk about a lot of deep stuff with your friends. Just think like that. Try not to think that you're just prattling about things that don't even matter or anything. Like, your opinion matters, but you also got to think as if that you're making new friends and you want to get to know them more. You want to share your feelings and stuff. You don't even have to try to force yourself to like be too different. You can just be yourself. Make contents, do the things that you love, and people will automatically kind of want to see what you do and really be invested in the things that you do. I don't know. I mean, I see it like that. Yeah, it never really hurts to try. Don't be scared to be cringe, because if you're always trying to be perfect, they're not gonna believe it. They're gonna be like, oh, you're not real. All of this thing is fake. You're not even being yourself. This is all for content and you're not authentic. No. Show the things that matter to you. Talk about the things that you really care about. Share your thoughts. Your opinion matters. I also think when you're criticized, people are kind of recognizing the things that you don't see yourself. When you look at the comments, people will be like, hey, I think you're doing this wrong, or I think the way you conduct yourself in this way was not appropriate, so I'm calling you out. And you read those things and you kind of learn that maybe sometimes I'm actually acting in a way that's kind of contradictory or weird. I don't know. So if it's your passion, you just gotta go for it. But yeah, this is my breakfast. My morning routine is I eat 4 eggs. I go to Costco every like 2 weeks and then try to get the things in bulk so I don't have to spend more money on little things. Just be confident in the things that you do. Just be confident. When people are asking you about it, just be like, yeah, I'm trying it out. I really love filming, let's say. I really love filming. I like talking in front of the camera. It's very therapeutic for me. Personally, it helps me to reflect on myself, recollect or gather my thoughts in a more solitary way. And it helps me do a lot of things that I really want to do. And it makes me happy. I think that's what matters. Nowadays, not many people will just be like, oh, that's cringe, and they'll try to discredit you on everything that you do. If you have a solid reason of why you're doing the things that you do, they're not going to have much objections. They're not going to be like, hey, you're going to fail. No one's going to come up to you and say to your face that you're not going to make it. Not many will just do that. Get out of the comfort zone. Don't be scared. Don't be scared that a few number of people will see you and judge you and talk behind your back, create their own group chat and roast you in there. That could happen. And that's something that you can't really control. You have to overcome stuff like that in order for you to put yourself out there and show the world that a person like you exists. Or let's say it's not even involving social media. You're doing something completely different from your major, let's say. Who cares? You're not gonna be like, oh, I wasted my years in university. I was majoring in this thing and now I'm not even doing anything that's relevant to my major. You got your experience. You met a lot of different people. You had your time. You drank a lot of soju. And that's it. That's fun. Where am I going with this? Anyways, don't be scared. Bro, what am I saying, man? Look at this thing. It's a chicken breast. Looks pretty good, huh? Just get out of bed. It's a slow morning. But yeah, people are not always gonna like the things that you do. People won't. You can't satisfy everyone. And a lot of the friends that you thought were close will also talk bad about you sometimes and will also kind of shade on the things that you do, give you subtle hints that they're not a fan of the things that you do. And it happens. And that's how you figure out that some people that you thought were supportive are in fact not supportive and they're not really good for you. That's how you figure it out. And life is so short. You're not always gonna stay beautiful. You're not always gonna stay the same. You're gonna be different a year from now on. When I look at people trying something new and doing something completely different, I actually respect them a lot. It's so admirable. They mustered up the courage to actually pursue their dream. And even if it's not their dream, they're trying something new, and that's way better. That's so much better than just kind of wondering what will happen but not doing anything about it. So yeah, just go for it. Go for it. Don't be scared. Just go for it. I wish I knew this. I wish someone kind of reality checked me or helped me realize even more when I was younger, like when I was in high school, that it's okay to do things that many people find weird. It's okay to be cringe. Because in high school, right, I had some people that tried contents. There weren't many people that were trying, but there were some people that actually made YouTube channels and posted contents every day, and a lot of people kind of mocked them, right? Like, who do they think they are? Do they think they're like YouTubers with million subscribers that do gift giving? They think they do these events that will gather up followers. It's so cringe to see them try so hard. At that age, it's very easy to be intimidated by those things. Like, the social aspect is everything. You don't have anything going on. It's not like you're in the real world where you can just go out and do whatever you want and not meet people. You don't have to meet people for several weeks if you want. You can just stay home. You have to go to school every day. So people mocked them, and I was scared that I will be mocked at as well. I didn't want to be laughed at. Those things, when I look back at it right now, it doesn't matter at all. Like, their opinions, how they think of you, what they talk about you, how they mock you, it doesn't matter, because it's not like you're gonna see them forever. Once you're in the real world, when you're in the university, you go to work, you meet new people, they're not always gonna be in your life. They're not the ones that dictate how you live your life. It's very important to realize that it's okay to be cringe. I think I probably got laughed at a lot, maybe. Like, I'm not sure, because people don't just come up to you and say to your face that, dude, whatever you're doing is cringe. Like, unless it's very close, like your friend is so close that you can just roast each other, but they don't usually come up to you and tell you that. But when they do, so what? They're like, hey, thanks for your feedback. Take it to the chin. Move on. People don't care. Like, I just I need to tell you, people don't really care. They care, but they don't care at the same time. They're also kind of doing things on their own that if people are all up in your business and they care about every little single action or decision that you make, it's not normal. Just go for it. Do the things that you love. Post that content. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Get in the algorithm maybe, and then your channel grow massively. And all of a sudden now you kind of made it. Once you make it, people will have completely different demeanor and they'll kind of admire you in a way. So try as much as you want. If you fail, then you learned your lesson and then you move on. You might not realize, but you grew so much. And the next step that you're going to take is a completely different game. You're not going to go in with the same attitude that you had in the past. Because you've tried so many things and you failed, you sometimes succeeded, you're gonna have all those things kind of accumulated to help you really excel in those moments that really, really matter. Alright, anyways, if any of the things that I really say have any effect on you, then I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I can maybe influence you a little bit in a way. So just go for it. Don't be scared. I'm gonna go have some breakfast. You guys have a great day. Let's go. We're going up.